playing Jet. Spike will be on Neon. You're going to have to get used to it. If you've been following Leviathan so far this stage, this has been a fixture of things. But I'm definitely going to have my eyes closely on MIBR here because they really suffered against the ISO pick from Cloud9 against them. That's a lost series that we kind of glossed over here. Let's jump into the action, though, with Leviathan teasing A with all 5 players.
Yeah, they're going to go in very aggro. Mizzino can throw up that high touch to try and fight towards backside, just being rushed by Spike. Instant trade found.
I like the disruptive attempt there from Leviathan to set that up. They're already well and truly on this site, though. Mizzino not able to really slow them down whatsoever. Playing from outside of the wall here at the back of the site. We've got 3 players from MIBR, and High Tide has now come down, so it's time to fight. There's actually not a lot of controlling utility to reckon with at this point in the round. Mozine able to deal with Verno. It's up to Zekin, who just runs up on King.
LEV play fully to give the site and play around their Harbor's High Tide. No one is actually trying to anchor on site. It's way too dangerous. Like, if you leave your Harbor in that back corner, he's going to be cooked. He's going to be reconned up top. The Neon's running at him, right? So they feel like they just need to play off and play to get back in, but they're lacking util because it is a pistol round, right? Outside of that one flash from the sky. And so the crossfires from LEV are just good.
I'm going to be looking pretty closely to see if there is an interest in trying to anchor a bit more into these sites as we get those gun rounds, because that's something that I thought, you know, G2 was especially good, you know, in their showing. There's an opener on this map. There's Neon lining him up, though, but there's no protection whatsoever for MIBR. Gun down behind the Cove.
What a little read from LEV. Starting off the round expecting some kind of B aggression. That Cove gets thrown in the air, so it's creating like a virtual one-way for a few seconds as it falls. So those players from MIBR in the choke just couldn't see anything.
Neon up on this corner. Slide no good there from Zekin. The follow-up is fine, but Neon exits around with 4 kills. We're off to the races. Yeah, I referenced the G2 game because obviously that was Leviathan's last outing on this map. They got crushed. They only got 6 rounds against that team, and a lot of it was good anchoring from G2 in that first half. We didn't actually get to see a whole lot of Leviathan's defense there.
Yeah, there was definitely some critique thrown the way of Sato playing the Neon. Because they have Spike on the team, who is a straight-up Neon specialist. When he burst onto the scene, he was known as just being a one-trick Neon-ranked demon before getting into Challengers. So you want that guy on Neon as much as possible.
It does mean you have a bit of a agent swap here with Sato on controller, which is a rare sight. Here's the fast lane already, though. In there is Spike. Playing up against the corner, it's going to be Tex caught out, and Spike is running rush shot over before he can react.
Util. That recon into the Astra stun, that's why you like the Sova on this map, because the player backside anchoring is just destroyed.
Bro, never going to let it go, trust me. Leon's able to find a second here, and this round is all but done. Mizzino's forced to rotate into a site that is teaming with Leviathan players. Blows gets to re-clear now with this Aldrone.
And Mizzino should be absolutely deep right here. There's no reason he should be winning this at all. Either angle he goes, there's 2 players ready to face. The execute from LEV there was fire, and MIBR cannot just have one guy loosely anchoring backside. They are going to get run down by this comp. There were so many nice layers to that. There's the Cove in the choke immediately from King. Gets activated as a shield, so they can't get spammed while they're entering into the site. Look at how deep Spike is able to get, you know, in stereo with the Jet. There's a recon backside. It pings Tex. He's immediately stunned. You can't just be one guy holding a site against this comp as an Astra tucked in, hoping the rest of your team is going to flood and save you. You're destroyed. Like, you're actually done.
This is MIBR playing also without a Sentinel, so they really don't have a whole lot of stopping power here. And either they all anchor in the site and fight, or they have to play off of it. We saw how the pistol went. Not exactly the best outing for MIBR.
Yeah, this is not a situation where you're on a map where you love to run the Vice, which Tex has been mostly playing so far this stage, to actually slow down a Neon. It's just not really viable here, so.
Second already very low after that initial encounter.
I mean, it almost feels like he is playing that like he was a Vice in that situation, you know? Like trying to stay in and slow them up, but he has no options.
Nowhere to go. It's too easy just to stun them out of position.
Yeah, so LEV right now, they're just spread across the map, trying to ensure that they're not getting pushed by MIBR. They had a great read on that on the first anti-eco, just shutting them down in B-man, but yeah, MIBR also quite spread at the moment, and just playing with a couple Sheriffs. Zekin already super weak.
Blozine saw everything he needed to, or at least he knew that the Sheriff play was off to the right and likely know what he embedded in this B site.
Yeah, and that was the Stinger taking a little jiggle peek out of doors down mid. Just caught and killed.
Oh.
One recon. Well, actually, Blows doesn't have the recon yet, so Alphbox isn't in a terrible position, but overwhelmed with the Sheriff. You hate to have a Sheriff against the sliding Neon.
Yeah,
wow, what a shot from Bruno.
That's both duelists down to his hand. 13 seconds left for a plant to go off here. 3 up for Leviathan still. The Paranoid is slow and reprisal down from MIBR. They're going to try and swing this wall, though, and that's maybe why you want the Sky in some cases. At least you have a flash to play off of here, but it's traded out. Zekin was low from that first encounter in the round, has a Stinger to hand, and Tex is in play. Kingno looking for some action, hasn't seen much of it this round, and he will have Blozine to play off the post-plant position here in A main.
Ooh, they don't know that both have crossed right now, but Blows should have the angle to assist King on site.
I think he just got spotted. Zekin did at least. Jump pick for Blozine. He, of course, has the shock dart. Could be lethal for Zekin, of course.
That's nice.
And there's the cleanup. Nicely done by King. Able to find a way to wrap around. They didn't know the two players had crossed, but Blozine sees it before it's too late.
Yeah, one of the advantages of having the Harbor is that those Cove refreshes are 30 seconds. That's super fast compared to the other smoke. So he's able to just cycle those out, have another one for the post plant to play with there to completely throw off those last two players from MIBR. Gets the nice little wrap. Free is 2 kills. Already charging that Reckoning back up. He uses that round because things are awkward, and I'm not mad at that. He gets it so early in the game, right? Just send it out to confirm that win.
So one thing that MIBR's comp actually has is a flash. And you probably want to see them try and make more use of that, at least to maybe fight through some of the high tides that Mazzino sets up for them, try and be disruptive as Leviathan goes for these hits. But we ain't seeing that.
Oh, that is a deep recon that is about to connect onto Tex, by the way.
Got him.
That's crazy. Oh my god, it's Mazzino too. Neither of them are able to break it. Did Mazzino think he was out of range?
I think Mazzino was
didn't know it was up there, and then like peeked
yeah.
out of double doors and walks into it. All right, well, GG, round's done.
You've lost a round to a recon, legitimately. And
the scan initiator conversation on this map versus the solo Sky. Rears its ugly head, Mitch.
I'm the devil's advocate about the flash.
I don't think the dog was spotting both those players if you switch the comps around.
It is, and you know what's so funny? When we saw MIBR go up against Cloud9 on this map recently, I was like, oh, C9 love to play the Sky, even in some weird cases. You know, I'm getting ready to be mad at them. No, they're playing normal comp, they're playing standard. It's MIBR with the dog. And the internal K9 has become external for MIBR, but they are very behind in this matchup so far. Black team gonna go hunting. Hello.
Wow, that. All right, well, Neo gets both. They save the AWP, but lose the other 2 weapons. LEV are filthy rich. Actually in the 1%. Eat the rich.
So you have to set something up around his operator here. How do you get some relevance against this double controller setup in Dust Blast? Like, where is the line supposed to be?
Yeah, I mean, maybe you're trying to set something up close to fight an A main or B main, but if you take a deep B main peek, maybe you throw a smoke in the window, but you want someone holding that, but everyone else has bad guns, so you can't really be efficiently held if someone swings window and you try to take a close B main peek, but you, the judge, he might actually push into that A main corner, play behind box, and the AWP is going to take a mid peek.
Yep, okay.
With the one way. All right.
So not too dissimilar to what you suggested, Wyatt. Not going to see any action on either of those setups, though. There's the Cove looming downward.
Yeah, and look at Tex's position this time. He is much more safe. He will not be dying.
That's a free
this hit on D.
This is where Mazzino had to try and retake from there, that earlier round. It was pretty
Bruno
rough.
wants to re-clear elbow, which is going to apply some pressure to Lev, fearing that flank could come in, but they do have Blozine pretty far back watching that.
Because they just dominate the sites so easily, though. At least MIBR have a bit to work with, though, right? Seekers are there. We've got Reckoning in play for the defenders. If there's any round in this game where they're going to have something to work with, it's this one. Here come the Mad Cabbages. Up above, though, is the Blade Storm. And Zekin goes very, very low. This gets tricky now for him to play that level of aggressiveness. But that's plus where the AWP is good, and Zekin's going to get ahead of it straight after Neon. Now another, surely. Great blind that came off the Reckoning. Makes it impossible for Sato to do a damn thing about it. Mazzino on the defuse attempt here. Off the side is King, though. Looking dangerous now. 1v2, but has a Reckoning of his own. Sends it in. That's going to be a blind. An issue. Great cloud burst to respond. And King surely spraying down. He's going to have to go for this. He doesn't have time. He got the diffuser, in fact. And so Verno will try and stick it. With 2 seconds left.
Man, that is as close as it gets. MIBR win the round, but at what cost? big ults used. They get away with just the operator. So the economy is going to be...
Lost bonus resets?
Yeah, in a tough place regardless. But, you know, on the positive, I do like how they played this round with this retake generally. Getting back in with the Reckoning and using Zekin, sorry, with his ult to push all the way around back site. Tex just stays alive and kind of retains the space towards half wall so they can get back in and go for that. But look at what it took for them to win a round.
So here's that A main one way. Aldrone could be problematic for Zekin. Oh, they don't see him, they don't spot him. Cloudburst should at least be able to get Neon away. Going to try and back out. This is fast-paced stuff here at A main, and Neon still asking the question. Zekin in the corner takes a swing now, has to move away. Shock Dart licks him, he goes low. Mizzino has to duck back around this corner now. Leviathan still insisting on this A presence.
Yeah, I think Neon just wanted to get out of there and cross, but the spam is good. Zekin is super weak, but if
this is when the op can get value
yeah,
now.
I mean, yeah, when Osboss can just watch main for free and they're peeking into him, well, this round should be cooked. And that's like good news for MIBR because we were setting this up as they don't have the loss bonus, they only saved one gun, they used their ults. If they lose this round, it feels like this half is completely chalked for them, but now they actually have a chance of getting back into this despite LEV's economy being really good. They're going to continue to buy up.
But there's a nugget in this round, I think, for MIBR to continue to use. It's to slow the game down. Because if Aspas gets to hold a line against a team that's maybe already used Aldrone, doesn't have that early flurry of control util, cutting up the map with smokes and walls, then he's basically can solo hold one entire side of the map. But it's a question of can MIBR weather the storm in the first 20 seconds of the round and not be forced into retake immediately?
Yeah, it feels like MIBR are no longer comfortable in trying to, you know, like playing for some of the straight up retakes when they're lacking the ults. Like they succeeded in the last round because they had them, and they feel like they're going to be able to find more success fighting for this early space, getting Zekin entrenched. This is 2 rounds in a row that they put him here. It didn't come into play on the last one because of the B hit, but they just run it back.
He's just abusing the spherical nature of the coach smoke to get under.
It's about stopping LEV and finding advantages before they're in the site, before they have those util setups and the crossfires going.
Yep.
Let's see what the adaptation is here from LEV. They want to put some emphasis on mid rather than getting battered in the extremity. Oh, just a fast split right into A.
Yeah, it's like a delayed split through A main here. Look how slow Blozine is going. In fact, he's just out-droning it first while the other arm of this pizza is fighting. Oh, I mean, MIBR, we're not ready for this at all. There's maybe some hope in this mid presence. If Verno can get something going, but that's it.
That's such a new LEV round. They will throw in, we've seen in all of their matches so far, these set ultra-fast executes on pivotal rounds. On that one, with the split through mid, also perfect time to do it. When you know that MIBR are now fighting for extremity control, you push into sight, so the guys who are close to A main are fully pinched as those guys go through the middle of the site. And then through main, I'm pretty sure Sato popped his ult to get back A site to confirm the second kill. Like, that's a sick strat that they already have in the book, ready to go, and then they bring it out at the perfect time when MIBR made an adjustment that they can now punish.
Yeah, the read, I think, about extremely
look at Sato. He teleports all the way back right here. This is so sick.
Oh, they're not ready for this at all. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's a set play if I've ever seen one. All you really need is that Omen ultimate to work with. Stunning round. That's what we want to see. That's why King wants to surround himself with these young minds. Owner in the coach's box as well, clearly.
The young mind of Owner.
Yeah. young at heart. But he's put something nice together in that previous round. Here's round 9 coming at you.
Yep, LEV are going to keep it simple, try to get a tag with this drone or the recon, probably rip the Sova ult, but that is not going to happen. Oh, great kill from Osboss.
Hunter's Fury going to ring out now. Let's listen to Leviathan as Blozine tries to open it up.
Não peguei nada. Esse hoje dá, vou ter que ficar bom. Quer DD ou quer põe amarelo de novo?
Não, moca amarelo.
Smoke DD? Tá. Tem smoke em costa. Já tenho. Olha.
Então?
Nada costa, vou passar a bomba. Vou passar a bomba.
Banguei DD, tem costa.
Pula.
Amarelo. Pera, tô com time aqui, bom.
Tá.
Tem DD. Valeu.
Aí foi mal, é a parede. Vamos aqui.
Nice
Fast
attempt
hit.
from Blows, yeah, but that fast hit came through. The Sova ult didn't get the value, and MIBR set up a really good retake there. Their retakes look nice when they have ultimates. We've seen that twice now, where you have Tex cut off everything towards main with the wall just in front of Cubby, and then the harbor wall closer, so they divide the map with both of them. Fight close, the harbor wall drops, they can fight a little bit further off the Astra wall, and they even had Verno in the double doors to tie up the loose end of someone from LEV trying to re-wrap. We saw that on Sato's point of view. He just gets shot in the side and the round's just done. So, listen, at MIBR, they do have good retakes, but again, it's only happened on rounds where they have ults.
In fairness, I mean, like, Aspas is in the site with the op as well. More than happy to crack some heads together.
Again, there's that drop-down cove, so LEV can work forward. They just want to burst out of this.
This is a golden timing position, though, Wyatt. Okay, there's a reckoning from Leviathan, headed over towards that B side of the map. This is being watched for well and blows in. Yeah, he's just dealt with. Now, though, Neon already on the side. Aspas down, that's the operator player missing. Verno's going to try and dog through here, but he's hesitant about it. Also try and get as much mileage potentially as possible. And there is a pincer emerging here for MIBR on the retake.
Yeah, how can LEV respond to this? It's tough to take forward space on this B site, so at the moment, they are just all gathered up. It feels like MIBR should be able to just pounce on this opportunity.
Flash through. This is MIBR trying to be disruptive midway through the execute. There's still no plan, by the way. Neon's going to dash away. Now Zek looking a little bit more dangerous. It's just the Jet. Solo in the site with the spike out in the open. And there's not a whole lot for Neon to see. And that's by design, MIBR. 3 points of the compass are sitting entrenched, waiting for a sound cue. Neon at 14-6 after 10 rounds. Absolutely no slouch here on the Jet. But these are the rounds that are hardest to win. Tech's not showing there from Archers. Neon really trying to hedge his bets with that position, but it's about as good as it gets, and it ain't great.
That was a great round from MIBR again. They're trying to take control of the pace of the game by pushing down one of the extremities early. That time they do it down elbow, and that was the first time they've done that. First they catch blows in. That's really nice.
Just saying, they got the reflash here.
And you said it, there was no time for, there was no timing rather for LEV to ever get the spike down, because they know that at any given moment with that Skye on the flank, they can just pop flash out of that smoke. They're going to get pushed from tunnel, pushed from half wall. And so they're just congested on the side. Like, it's so hard on B to try and push up and get any space, because there really isn't any to take. So you just end up all being stood back site, and eventually you're going to get collapsed on.
It's like you want to push off. It's kind of like the Lotus C-side problem as well. Like, it's tough to push far forward. Verno pinged out there in mid, but it's probably not the most revelatory information for Leviathan.
Neon with the attack up on this round, and a variation from LEV in that they're taking a lot of space up elbow, taking space up mid. They want to see if they can find a pick towards this B side.
This high tide is actually going to isolate by accident almost. Yeah, Neon, I don't think he realized it at first. But he was cut off. Might have been a fast lane there. And look at Leviathan, they've just kind of given up all the space they contacted too early in the round because of the one harbor wall.
That's a really cool high tide. It denies anyone from elbow to push out effectively while you re-clear all the way down mid and take that space back.
Sarte's going to be... He's on a solo line. No one there to watch him. He was expecting like an info push off the side, but 3 players from MIBR swung that. It's pretty hard to win out on those. Here's a response, though. LEV know there's just like an overload of players over at B, so they're going to try their luck here against Aspas himself.
They're making it seem like with the Sova drone, with the high tide going up, that they're going to go into that A site, but MIBR are chilling across the map, so this fake is not going to work out. They need to get the kills here.
They did get Verno over out of the site for the time being, but now they're going to stick to land, and there's going to be some frags here for Leviathan. And that spike is still dropped in B main.
Yeah,
just playing for exits.
They did not buy that at all. There was no rotation anywhere across the map in that instance.
But this is another round, Wyatt, where we're seeing a mid-round moment, or a method of disruption here from MIBR that really catches Leviathan off. Like, LEV thought they could contact all the way up to Crow's Nest. See that harbor wall come in, Neon calls it, he has to dash out. He's very uncomfortable in that spot. And then it gets punished.
Yeah, the adaptation from MIBR halfway into the game of running these very disruptive, aggressive early rounds, and then in this case a mid-round, have been the recipe to success. Not playing dry retakes when you don't have the ults, And aside from that one nice preset round that was called by LEV, they have not been able to string anything together at the latter part of this half.
All right, last round of the half coming at you, folks. It's a one-round game after MIBR win. Jeez, quite a number in a row, at least 3. And the only waiting for some action. Zekin obliges, but Aspas is there at least to take his pound of flesh. Oh, that is beautiful. Look how active Aspas is getting here. Spike dropped. Sato was a loose player yet again punished.
And that is why Aspas will always be trying to play as much Jet as possible. No matter what the meta dictates, he will try to be on his best agent with his best gun. I mean, you could definitely say his best attribute as a player is just how dominant he has been as an AWPer for all of the years he's been playing.
What's the plan here for Spike? He actually might get another walking up for him. Cracks on the corner. Spike not ready for that at all. He looked very uncomfortable. Now, may as well see what he can get done for this last round of the half here. King into mid finds one, and that's that. It's an even half, all said and done. MIBR have adapted to Leviathan.
Yeah, fantastic change to their style of play, realizing that that retake approach from early on was not going to work against LEV at all. And they're able to tie it up because of that. And LEV had a brilliant response on that one set strat that they ran with that mid-split into A. But outside of that, they were never able to do a thing to nullify MIBR, just accelerating in the early round and really controlling the game tempo.
Yeah, got to be one of the validating moments for a coach or shot caller there as you make big adaptations and they get you some results. And so we've got ourselves a tied game heading into the half on Breeze. Don't go too far. We're headed for a quick break. Way to get info deep into the site against Leviathan.
Yeah, the recon is so important at being able to set up your Neon when she's running in so far on these big sites. I also want to look at how this Harbor head-to-head is going to play out because I think Mizzino had some really creative walls on defense that were very instrumental in winning his team round. So I want to see if King and Lev had that same level of creativity.
So a strict 1-3-1 here from Leviathan with players off of the sites. Now, though, they're going to have to get in there, but not before Blowzine is taking that through the wall. Second handling that quite well. Here's the Trailblazer. A little short-range mission just to check close for anyone coming back in after the fact. It's going to be Spike, though, at the 4 with the Frenzy. Already dove into the Nebula and has his hands full. Zekin at least able to take the trade now. Verno wants to try and step up himself. He'll have his. And it's 2 players here on Leviathan that have to put this together. They are desperately spread around the site, and King is just hoping for a raw timing. Maybe start to play off. They just ships in the night. Ships in the night. They're just past each other. King onto the site. This is going to really throw things for a loop. And now the other shoe drops. Sato realizes Mizzino's playing off the site, and these teams have encircled each other. It's King. Needs to step up, and oh my God! What was that, King? Gross, man. Not enough to win the round, but still utter filth.
That was disgusting, but ultimately irrelevant because the round is still lost.
Tell that to my cardiologist, Wyatt River.
So this execute, you can already kind of see a difference between the 2 harbors. The wall that is being used here from MIBR was way deeper. They take a lot of space, and they actually save the dog for late as well.
From sadness to happiness in 0.5 seconds. Yes, sir.
But that was an interesting use of the Trailblazer. I really want to see how they continue to try to max out the Sky value.
Yeah, obviously it's a really short-ranged recon tool, but
this Paranoia could cook.
Sato holding it. There it goes. Catches on the fork here. One player unaffected by it, though. He's Aspas, and he's able to take the kill. It's weapon advantage being let into here by MIBR as they just trot him up to the site, and as if to invalidate that, Aspas switches to the Classic for his 3rd. Blowzine is hoping to have an exit here. If he can get MIBR down to 2 rifles out of the round, he'll consider that a dub.
Yeah, the 2 kills, that's basically the threshold of we did enough on this eco round. Lev will take it.
They've clocked in. Still, this is concerning now as MIBR seem to have been able to leverage the momentum they built in the first half into a pretty nice tackside pistol round. And a follow-up here that basically leaves Lev with no room to breathe.
It does not seem like Blows has any intention of dying to MIBR, but that might have to be the case unless he catches one on the exit real quick.
Had a little footsteps.
Oh, that's nice.
Frag.
And goes down to the spike. So that's about as good as it could have gone for Blozine at the end there.
He's the first one. Paranoia.
Yeah,
and you still
man,
get
if that
punished.
caught Osboss, he's just out a little bit too wide.
Oh, I like that dash.
Of course, Spike is just going to be going in there with intentions of assuming they're on the right, going to kill the people that are blinded on the right, but Osboss was out in front, ready to go.
3 weapons had to be rebought, though, for MIBR.
And usually Osboss won't have to be out in front, ready to go with this comp. That's Zekin's job, so he can play a little bit safer on the executes, as he likes to do, just
Yeah, he likes to be second
naturally
in,
as a player.
or follow up on like pretty heavy initiator util, right? Here's some of that. Flash, and Aspas goes in, says, well, that'll do it for me. Onto the side he is, gets the paranoid, but still has a good position. Sato, though, waits a while, gives him the illusion of safety, and then brings him down. And it's all about Tex now. A very, very lackluster attack round here for MIBR as they run into the brick wall.
Taking that back.
Yeah, they really just hit the pace going forward, and I don't think anyone cleared Sato, so he was able to just get the free kills in the back, and then Spike is able to peek from the left side.
Where did Dog go, is my question. Was there a Trailblazer into B main, or was it up elbow?
Got to target a star.
Probably the latter.
Did not see. All I saw was that the flash that went the left side of site didn't ping Spike either, so I don't think they thought someone was playing close there. And so he was able to just set up the little cross with Sato, tucked right side corner here, from Texas' point of view, and it was free.
It feels like, yeah, your initiator util is really stretched pretty thin in moments like that. Dog is short range, and well, Guiding Light also can be evaded, right? You don't get a ping, you don't get a scan. It's a little tricky.
And when Neon does begin to pick up the off as well, that's nice from Sato. And then, wow, I mean, Verno was trying to get on the angle. Zekin was not ready for that at all. Again, probably because there wasn't a ping sound there. It was just more focused on someone being around that half-wall area. Okay. But I was just going to say really quick, yeah, with running the Sky and not the Sova, you don't have as good of tools to force an op or off of an angle without that drone or pinging them up with a recon.
They come in MIBR now. Just want to keep their noses out in front. Similar looking round with Lev actually gambling elsewhere. So this is just a more lightly held site. It's an out drone here. Let's listen in MIBR as they hit this B site.
Yeah. I'll dog over right now.
Spike planted.
Super spawn. Call smokes.
Is smoke now?
I'm playing on top. Nothing goes
They
up.
don't have
They
flashes,
smoked
guys.
elbow. They
I
smoked
have ult.
elbow.
I have ult if they try to go back.
Guys, if they come through, I flash them. I'll
I'll call you
okay?
out. I'll call you
Guys,
out.
I'm gonna flash.
Neon out. Neon out.
Wait, I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do.
Backside, backside.
I'm gonna play on top. Can you give me a star here?
Backside,
no,
swinging
no,
left.
no.
Backside, swinging left.
Downside, downside.
Suck, tap.
Last player standing.
Nice try.
Nice try, nice try.
I was only that guy.
Yeah, there was one guy that beat the ult.
Well, that was a great retake from Lev. You see a moment there where the new harbor wall height actually really comes into play, because Osboss is up top and he's just looking at water in front of him while the rest of his teammates who are forward are getting completely isolated. Sick little two-piece from Spike. You have Tex on flank watch playing all the way back, so he's not able to contribute to the fight, but I mean, that's not his job to be contributing up there. So that's really just everyone on MIBR being divided by the util and
That wall wrecked them,
picked
man.
apart, yeah.
Like Aspas had to sit on the wrong side of it. Verno dropped down and actually tried to play through the high tide and
Yeah, and
punished instantly.
he said something about calling to like flash through for them, but the flash did not come at the right time or the right place.
okay.
And it's happening.
It's a good outlaw
The
round.
neon scoped weapon takeover can begin. We really haven't seen much of it in this stage so far because he's been playing different agents. He has been on the flex roll versus when you go back to kickoff, he was playing tons of Yoru, was opping constantly, and the Lev approach to the game really revolved around that and him as a player. But they've switched up the approach to the game, and it has worked out better, but you're still going to get maps and times where he can pick up an op, he can pick up an outlaw, and he is a force to be reckoned with. This dude is insane with those weapons.
Okay, with that paranoia is enough to clear A main entirely. So the Verno threat is diminished. The rifle, though, is in the hands of Tex, and he, with the spike in hand, by the way, is pushed right up towards Archers.
Yeah, and with
Blue Team
this,
heard that.
yeah, he did. And with this man advantage and the great retake util that you have on account of Blow still having the recon, and you're going to have Spike able to get in, has the stun, you have the harbor wall, all that stuff. They're just going to give B-side and retake it.
Oh my god, okay.
Oh, that's a great kill on the cross. Now LEV have to be worried about the flank.
Yeah, flash for the weapon, says Verno, and is ultimately going to be punished by Neon for that. Respected. Important to try and find a way in by a tunnel. There's Zekin on the side. He'll be alone here, and well, he's just met the shorty briefly. Number of guns being dropped away here, but Levitan are in a decent spot economically.
King didn't get it to half. That could come into play.
Yep. Zekin, ready to disrupt here. Half. He'll now step through, and he's brought down. Neon finds 4. Was the halving enough? Just.
Yeah, just barely. That was nerve-wracking. I really felt like the second clutch was about to come through when Spike was just feeling like he wanted to end the round and jump up and took that 1v1, but loses it. That flash from Verno kind of giving some false info there.
Yeah.
Making him think he could have gone for the cross. That was sick from Neon, though, to start the round. A little flick onto Mazzino.
Vertical corrections, man. They are tough.
Wow. I mean, that was my shot, too. He is pretty sick with it. This is going to result in the MIBR timeout. How are they going to address Neon?
Round.
Yeah,
MIBR
absolutely.
are at least able to sit on this Cosmic Divide, which is going to be fantastic in the post plants. So Tex make great use of it on defense.
And this is a scenario, again, where retaking for LEV could be very advantageous, given that they have King's ult and they have Spike's ult to run back in.
Neon has to spend everything almost there just to get away from the Neon. Still, Zekin's going to command some attention in the middle part of the map, but okay. Through the Cosmic Divide, that one comes down early, splits the map here. Zekin eventually deals with Bozine. He pushes straight down mid because there's just no information on that position. And now they own this double door spot.
Pretty sick, fast execute. I'm pretty sure because of the wall being up, it was also obscuring the audio for Zekin running around in mid. And King used his Reckoning really early there, by the way. It seemed like he thought there was going to be heavy presence coming through double doors, but it wasn't. It was just Zekin. He sent out a Reckoning that hit nobody. So, massive tool just wasted early on, didn't get value, and now LEV just have to save.
Yeah, Cosmic Divide found more than just that sort of value as being a wall, right? And sort of in terms of blocking up the sound in mid, it also was like breaking up the back of A side here, so it had to be given up entirely by Leviathan.
Yeah, I definitely want to see Zekin's point of view on that replay to see how he was getting away with the kills and if it was the wall kind of influencing what people thought was going on because they couldn't hear. Like, I think that maybe is why King, he was behind the wall and thought there were more people there but didn't have audio, but he just assumed there was a heavier split, so he sent the Reckoning. We'll see that.
So Zekin goes looking for... I mean, sorry, but that's just nice.
Yeah, that's just a crazy timing there.
Dude, he jumped past me and I full whiffed, and then I just swung here and one-tapped the Sova. He's so mad.
Yeah, that's kind of what is so obscene about that clip. And obviously he does so with, you know, his movements obscured. Like, King doesn't know what else is going on up there in mid, like I pointed out. Here we go, quick play and elbow here for MIBR. They are going hard at it, and it's Spike who actually wins it out against Zekin. Harness Fury as well reveals Verno's position. That's quite telling. That's the solo initiator for MIBR lit up.
Yeah, was that just Verno sending a fast flash into elbow and Zekin trying to capitalize off of it? But he's shut down by Spike. But at least off the noise, MIBR, they find a timing window to get into this A site and get the Spike down. But now they're contending with a retake with tons of utility. King has everything ready to go.
Aldrone here doesn't do a whole lot to shift anything from the site.
Verno could be crucial on this late mid-wrap.
They are now. I think you're aware. You got to do more than that. And there it is, the late re-wrap for Verno. Catches out Sato, who was hoping to try and double down on Aspas's position. This has basically gutted Leviathan's retake potential entirely. But King, he's already in the site. He's been left here and has to try and make something of it. That's Mazzino dealt with. Now maybe a chance to double back, but Neon is out of there. Practically a non-participant.
Last player standing.
It's so tough for King. He has to tap it and try to get the star out, and then, I mean, that's just a nightmare. See, in a round like, in this round, it kind of feels like MIBR making a similar adaptation to what they did on the last half, but in reverse. And that this time they get the Spike down, and before the retake can come in, they do something disruptive, fighting indoors. They have Verno set up for the pinch at the same time. When that fight was taken, he gets a free kill shooting someone in the back. So it's, again, this disruption before all of that util can come down for the retake. And on the other half, it was disrupting before all that util could come down for the execute so they didn't have to retake. So it's like the inverse, but kind of the same logic behind the adaptation.
But the 3-player retake for Levitan just got absolutely boomed as they try and make their way down mid. That's the takeaway. That's the second round that we've seen MIBR find success in mid. And that's even after being down a player early. Crow's Nest won't see anything for the time being. Zach must dive for this. Overdrive at the ready. Into the site behind the Trailblazer here. I don't think it's stuck any information up because it's an MTR site.
Neon does not have an opportunity to find a kill with that high tide in his face. This time, MIBR want to play way closer on the choke points than they did on the last.
Here's a reckoning, though. This makes it a little uncomfortable to work through this part of the map. Not to mention, it cuts Neon out of the action. No M1 there, buddy. No.
Good entry from King. Sure.
All right, and that's the opener. Here's Paranoia. Just to check close. Spike actually being affected by it, but he's already going to get himself into elbow now. Cloudburst is pretty telling here. Wants to try and get a shoulder pick, but has to commit against Arsposs. Okay, Zumo Mechanics just wins it out. Now Zekin's going to be pushed from both directions, and on Tex here from a distance, eventually he will be lit up himself. And a comfortable defuse here to make it, again, an even game.
These B retakes from LEV are just so nice. The amount of delay that MIBR had with the high tide, and then after that, they throw up the Reckoning to delay. Yeah, this just straight spam is also definitely pretty helpful for getting back in. But still, the util finds so much value. He has the Cove Lake to throw down, activates the shield. Spike gets that absurd kill, backside with the jump. But I think even if he didn't get that kill, there was another guy swinging with him. Like, it was all looking good for LEV, but yeah, it does help when King also gets the spam kill to open things up.
Get out of my way.
One way's going to be an A main here for Levitan, but I don't think it's going to slow MIBR down at all. No, they're going for it. Neon, though, that's a pretty important kill. Arsposs there. The sort of late re-wrap potential's been shut down. No double door action unless it's taken up by Mazzino here.
Oh, and now Second is on the run. MIBR wanted to take some forward space, but well, the mission is still on. Here's Mazzino in the smoke.
The assignment hasn't changed. The reaction from King a little too low. Teammates go face to face there, inches apart. And it's shorty for shorty action there. Zekin onto Neon, and oh man, Neon getting around. Drop straight on down. Mary Poppins, Tex. Not a damn thing he could do about it. However, Verno here, with that post-plant position, doesn't look like there's any util to play off of, unlikely that flash recovery either. And Sato is flush with util. He'll be able to block this choke up quite happily. For Neon's down. Here's the tap. Verno's going to step up here, some spam through. Sato holding his breath, and Verno will find purchase through the smoke. And a clutch moment powered by Red Bull for young Verno.
Can't help but feel like LEV in that 2v1 were playing at the slowest pace imaginable. Guys, the clock is ticking. Can we accelerate a little bit? I mean, they were slow on the decision making there.
One enemy remaining.
Ridiculous.
I mean, Neon is going off right now.
Enemy remaining.
Sitting at 22 kills.
This guy's just flying all over me, dude. It's like a little fly.
That is what flies do. That's why they named him that.
The namesake, the whole thing.
Yeah.
MIBR up mid. This time they want to push through. Flash doesn't connect onto anyone.
Ooh, Spike's dangerous! Oh, man. You got a lot of bullets in that chamber and still not one of them able to do Zekin in. He'll get healed up, top back up to 100. That's important. Get a foothold in elbow. Now look at it. Levitan, they're actually anchored in this site, trying to use some high ground. Sato here with a one-way for himself to play off of, but MIBR actually slowed it up. Look at them sitting in the choke. This is dangerous. Neon can punish this, but Zekin's waiting for his swing. And Sato is going to be joined here. Well, he was joined by Blodzin, who simply vaporized under the attentions of Mazzino. But King's getting in early. Look at this. Lev being very active at trying to disrupt or at least get insight midway through the hit. And it's working out. Sato's dealt with Mazzino. Now, what do you do? Fall off this maybe for MIBR. Try and play a safe post plant. King's on the swing. Looking to get around the corner, and Zekin is very, very low. Strong wind would have blown him over, but this still puts King in a 1v2. And time is, as always, of the essence. He'll have to walk up on this now, and a double swing might be enough to do him in. In fact, no, he's caught lacking. MIBR get up to 12. Again, finding a new gear.
Yeah, the last two just group up, play together, and make it easy to deal with King. This was ridiculous.
It's been like that every round.
Real Neon moment here.
Every round.
I mean, Spike was very frustrating looking in there. Cannot blame him.
I mean, if you're Zekin, like, you just have to challenge this over and over and over. You need that control.
It was a good little post plan from Tex, though. He plays that well.
Really important round to win. My goodness, the last two back-to-back. Starting stuff in the post plant for MIBR. Puts them now at match point, or rather map point. Still more to play after this, but here's that flash mid for info in the double door. It does give a sound cue.
It's right back to main. Just straight up execute off the high tide.
No luck there for Sato. Has to fall off that pyramid spot. Hasn't quite been finding the connections this game.
And with that spike being planted, that gives the reckoning to Mizzino. That's the one ult in play right now.
Definitely going to try and make use of it. He play off of it. Spray there through the fast lane. Catches on the spike. That's the tip of the spear broken now for Leviathan as the smoke clears. It's Sato. Springs forth. Mizzino is dealt with, but MIBR are here for the fight. And Zekin's going to get that overdrive active. Extreme range. Catch on Sato, and it's all down to Neon. In a 1v3 and 18 points of health. Not a comfortable spot to be by any stretch. And MIBR demonstrate why they felt strongly about picking Breeze to start this series. Nice recovery after a brutal last week, and they're on the board in this series.
Yeah, maybe it comes...
Double duelist setups.
Yeah, so that's something that MIBR will be lacking with the Fade, but the chamber trip won't be too important compared to if they were playing the Vice. But let's see what LEV are going to do on this pistol. They've got everybody towards C-Long, and it's just a slow walk down from MIBR out double doors.
Tech's already getting pretty far forward here. I'll put that Headhunter on the corner. So certainly some action to be seen for the chamber, and then the potential to get off that line.
There was no noise on C. They didn't even go for the orb.
Okay, Tech's getting ready now. Spots all of this out. Nice opener there, and head rolling already, and Tex and Zekin combine nicely. That's going to be awkward here for Leviathan to bounce back from. Down on Neon and King, and they're a little split across the map, such that Aspas might be able to drive a wedge between them.
See if Neon is able to make something happen on the rotate back. King pretty low HP at the moment.
Neon could catch a timing crossing, but in fact he might look to get into Garage here.
And of course, MIBR can just group up, retake this together. Mizzino has his smokes. He has a paranoia. They have a haunt to play with. Aspas still has the dash.
30 seconds left.
They've got every advantage you could possibly want in this situation.
This is pretty heads up by Aspas to pick up this position. Neon's now giving himself away. Aspas with the approximate location of the rendezvous known.
Player standing.
Doesn't really matter in the end. He'll eventually be able to spring forth and take some shots at the back of Neon. It's on King. 48 points of health. I think this should be pretty illuminating if he's not spotted out by that haunt. On the back of the site, that's one. Not too shabby for King. That's his third for the round. On for the ace if he can somehow find a way through here. Verno steps up quickly and puts MIBR with a pistol round on the board.
Yep, just not going to be any way. MIBR just get a great catch walking down mid. This timing from Tex getting up really close, and he's playing off Zekin, taking contact, just jiggling, you know, a little bit more towards that garage door. Just enables them to get the man advantage, and it's just so simple from there. They have great utility to play the end of round. And for a pistol as well, you're still working with the paranoia, the smokes, and the prowler, the haunt. Like, they got so much to work with, so pretty easy.
Aspas has already taken up the outlaw here. Just playing that A main position. This is a bit more of a passive angle for Tex, but he still does see that Neon presence. Player, not the agent. I mean, the agent's there as well, but I digress.
Spiker's gotten really close with this shorty. Okay, that could have been a kill.
The spacing is a bit weird. Sato is ahead of the curve, so to speak. It's a flash and a blaze wall that doesn't really get crossed in the end because there's a defensive one thrown up by Zekin, who's ready with the stinger to go. Hearing all of this scuttering around on the site. Plays on his own flash and gets in there. And 3 on the round for Zekin, make it 4. And of course, that will be all she wrote here for Leviathan. Neon here just looking for Suttons on the way out.
Zekin ult too, by the way. Gets that.
Oh, very
just
cool.
Harvesting all of those eco players, so time to use that to try to win the bonus round.
Yeah, you're playing on curve in that sense. Neon here obviously has no option to go and pick up the spike. He does know that, again, if he can put MIBR in a position where they can only take the Outlaw and fan him out of the round. He's happy, but
30 seconds
not
left.
a huge loss for MIBR if they were to lose a player chasing Neon down. It's just that there's not much upside to it either.
Yep, Osbos going to get the free kill there. I mean, we're talking about what's on the line for this game. MIBR are so close to qualifying. I mean, by percentages right now, they are a 93% chance of being able to make it into the playoffs. But there is a world where if they lost this series, next week they could be playing against Envy just straight up for the playoff spot. It would be on the line there. And of course, it's like, yeah, you're going to favor MIBR, but they are not completely out of the woods yet, despite being one of the best teams right now. So there are some crazy permutations at the moment that are going on.
Yeah, there are some teams looking on the from the outside in that could somehow conceivably find their way into playoffs. No one's really safe, with the exception of Leviathan. Timing their taker by Zekin. It's only good for one, though. And while this has disrupted Leviathan somewhat, they still seem to be interested in what's happening here on the A side. A smoke there towards Sewer, though, might have slowed this up a bit.
And if you're Lev, you are happy to see Zekin dead right away. Good catch from King. That is, yeah, legitimately just a situation where Zekin and the team go for an aggro A play rather than playing around his ult for a different timing in the round, or maybe even trying to send it there. And so it's just not going to be relevant here. Though, also, maybe conversely, MIBR just feel like they didn't want to commit the ult on a round like this. They'll just go for an aggro play and save it for when they have the full buy v full buy.
43 seconds. Plenty of time here for Lev to spring this play. It's a weakly held side for MIBR, but it's all of the remaining players set up here. The noise cancel didn't really give Lev the soft side they were hoping for, but now these sound cues have, well, given the game away. They know they can head elsewhere or try to. They are going to be running into Mazzino, who made that early rotate out. Can this be working somehow? Oh, yeah, the recon on the back of the site. Mazzino had to go for
smoke.
That's cute. Here's Neon now realizing Mazzino could be anywhere.
Enemy remaining.
And that will be, he's going to be on his own too. Out in the open with only a Spectre. No good for Mazzino, but I like that. I realized he had to go for the kill of the player on the site and dive into the smoke very quickly. Passes out that information rapidly.
Yeah, that was a good little attempt. Nice little play from Mazzino, but yeah, it was this catch on Osbos, he whiffs, and then Zekin just tries to get out there, finds the timing. Yeah, gets one, but
One enemy remaining.
pretty light A fight, all things considered. And without that Sova, there's not going to be your standard dart on the defense side going into main. Oftentimes, you're just going to see an instant seize being thrown by Verno. That's really the only option, because the Prowler is too short to get there. Not really a good haunt for it either. Yeah, I mean, haunt is thrown in that instance, but now it's Lev just taking up some space towards mid. It looks like King slipped through into short. MIBR definitely have an awareness that that could have happened.
Yeah. It looks like Tex there actually rendezvoused quite early, thinking it was a fast B hit. It's going to be a B hit nonetheless, but slower. Zekin, they're going to get taken down, but he's in runner back, so he'll get another bite at the apple. Cosmic Divide, though, here from Leviathan. He's going to flash himself through his wall, and it's pretty well set up. Neon and Spike, they were ready for the push there out of short, and it's a 3-on-3 game. Sitting in the back of the spite, Mazzino has been biding his time, but behind this Cosmic Divide that blocks the sound of a rotate out, Leviathan might be considering heading elsewhere.
Yeah, they do not want to overcommit, and in fact, they're just going to leave Neon here to see if anybody overpeaks. Maybe he could find the opening. You know, they assume, and correctly assume, that MIBR are going to have their players stacked up towards B, ready to go, and if they recommit, they could definitely just get crunched.
Oh, Neon has the spot for it. That is beautiful. Just a little bit lower than maybe the crosshairs might have been placed for. He's able to take out both those players, and that has cracked this round wide open. There's a moment of brilliance from a young player now, and Aspas would have to try and salvage.
Yeah, but gets cooked in the 1v1 by his old teammate. Spike was able to just run over to C, get the plant down. This was just sick from Neon. He's hiding in that smoke, expecting the flash out, and then so he's able to get the re-swing, but that two-piece is just lovely.
It's awkward spacing for MIBR, but that's made even worse by the fact that Neon is moving to the right at the same time. Cutting that angle really nicely.
It is just all Neon today for Lev, I will tell you that.
He's playing some seriously good Valorant. I want to keep our eyes out for Sato to have an impact here in this game on the Phoenix, but Neon's not really giving anyone to shoot at.
Look at that setup. You know, typically you're playing against an Omen on this map, but with the Astra, uses that recall star to post up your Opper, gets on the angle, and even if the crosshair isn't in the right spot, just a quick shot and he can TP away, and he's not in any serious danger. That's really cool.
Levitan heavily advantaged economically here. So they're happy to slow the round down. Don't want to run into rat corners, players with shotguns and the like. So they have time to see if MIBR are going to want to push off for info.
Yeah, they're by very honest from MIBR, though, you know? They're playing a very honest Valorant comp, if you really think about it.
Sure.
Circa, FaZe Clan Invitational, aside from the Chamber, with the Jet plus the Phoenix.
Yep.
Which I can't say I'm a massive fan of. I think the Neon Phoenix is just straight up better. This does feel like an instance of I'm Osboss, so I get to do what I want, which means I want to play Jet on Haven, but the Neon Phoenix, I think, is just better.
So there have been projects, I think, on this MIBR team where we've seen Osboss like pick up, the meta duelist for a time. Osboss had a brief Yoru arc. He had a Waylay arc as well.
Brief is an understatement.
Yeah,
is there a word that means briefer than brief? Because
it was very short. But again, that was like, a direction MIBR lent in. But then I think they sort of just said, okay, they're going to use Zekin's flexibility to kind of unlock this team or allow them to still participate in a rapidly evolving meta and put Osboss on a role that he's comfortable with. She's the Jet. And there's Spike sliding out, maybe illustrating why, some of these newer agents might be preferred. But still, this opener was really nice. It is a slight correction for both players. Quiet. Neon's just faster.
But hey, man, that's kind of just what happens when you have Osboss on your team. There's not many players who get to just do whatever they want to do as far as being just flow of the double duelist game right now, I feel. We'll see if they can, kind of tune that up compared to where they were at against Loud, which again, they still won, but they just didn't win that many rounds on attack. They just had such a big advantage.
Flash out here for Zekin. What a timing and what a snap. Reminiscent of what it showed us in mid on Breeze earlier. He's popping out of the smoke and getting an instant kill.
Well, they've been destroyed by the aggro play out of that timeout. Fraud just calling to mix things up in terms of the game tempo. They completely catch out Lev.
All right, Mazzino's
no comment.
Oh, look, he's just finding his range, I'd like to say. Blozine. Does he commit to this? Yeah, double swing should do him in. Hey, Mazzino got him. No dramas. With a lot of time left in the round, Neon is extremely unlikely to keep this up, which is not the end of the world, given that Tour de Force is at his disposal. But this is reminiscent of the timeout we saw from MIBR on Breeze, frankly, on that defense side. They decided to go a little bit more up-tempo early in the round. It was players like Neon that actually suffered most from it. Even though he's still fragged out.
Now, we're in a situation where Neon could save this, but Lev have tons of money. And for MIBR, you don't really want to lose anyone because their money is really bad, except for Osboss. So we might just be at something of a standstill for the remaining 20 seconds.
Yeah, true. If he has Tour de Force anyway, it's going to have like an op-esque weapon for the next round. It's like, well, is it worth the risk trying to run him down?
Yeah, no, like if two of them run at him and get killed, then all of a sudden you're in a tough spot. If they lose the next round, they're ecoed. But Osboss was the one guy with money, so he sends it on him.
Bladestorm gets the kill. Operator handed over to the man himself.
But now the Lev wealth will be coming into play. They've got really high impact ults here.
Oh, that is... Look at Spike. Yeah, he's trending in the opposite direction. No timing for him to make a trade. Oh, he really did. Okay. Yep. But look, see? Yeah, he got the frag.
He locked in.
Yes, sir.
Really nice shot, bro.
Yo. This guy did.
That's killing me. Especially after Zekin just like one-taps a guy on the move.
All right, well, the pace is staying high. Zekin runs it down mid. Here comes the counter Phoenix ult.
Blozine, I think, realizes there's something afoot here. It's scary! And Osboss takes his head clean off the shoulders, and that's a spike loose to boot.
And Sato just ran it down short, but no one was there, and Osbos is just behind the team, destroying them, playing a mini game.
That is such an odd movement, and he continues just to scale further and further into Leviathan territory. He has single-handedly demolished them.
Absolutely bizarre situation.
Bro, he's so sick. What?
Because the Zekken ult gets removed immediately from Neon. Sato then pops his ult, but runs down short A. No one is there because they're fighting mid. So then Osbos is just able to get in deep, play a bunch of isolated 1v1s, TDM, and just kill everybody. Pretty bizarre situation.
Oh, Zekken. Yeah, he did see that.
He has to take his time, though. He can't drop off
he
the
can't
box.
make sound. Oh, we'll send Mazzino instead.
It doesn't matter.
Hey, there we go. That's snappy.
I think maybe Zekken let him get those after the prior comments made.
He's too nice. Like, he just felt bad about the remarks. He's like, oh, you're up, buddy.
You got this, bro.
Okay. This, though, has MIBR in the lead again after winning the pistol.
Oh, man. Blozine is not able to get that kill. King can't find the delayed trade. That's a crazy tap.
So is Mazzino able to walk up silently?
2 very aggro rounds back-to-back. And I'm not mad at it there either because LEV have so many ults in that round that you can just throw something super disruptive at them and whatever plans they were trying to lay are just destroyed.
Look, they're conditioning mid-aggression here by smoking, but all are present here on this A side of the map. Tex. Got to hit those. He'll fall back now as the Nightfall does get thrown out here. Hunter's Fury on towards Verno, takes him low. Hard to escape these ones. Blozine has a decent amount of information and an extra tag. Zekken chunked down to 70.
These guys are so weak. Wall comes in to
So rude.
heal himself and damage the planter. Pretty troll.
Molly attempt here. Ooh,
my
that's
God.
value on King. What?
Killed Neon. What?
Would you like fries with that? Neon out of the game. Now it's a 3v3. Osbos thinking about it, stepping up, but Spike is a little bit too fast for him this time. Leviathan might not be punished for some of these shenanigans in the end.
And Zekken is trying to buy a lot of time for Verno to get here, and it's worth it. He gets the free kill.
Verno's got Prowler on a playoff as well. How does Zekken utilize this? Okay, spot Spike low round.
Spike had 3 bullets.
Zekken, dirty stuff. Spike didn't have the capacity to deal with them, and yeah, this is going to be a defuse here for MIBR. Massive rounds, more orbs going over to Zekken. Ridiculous.
That is such a disaster. Yeah, I think LEV timeout time. I think you got to take a timeout after that, honestly, just to get the mental back a little bit, because this is a mess. Neon's blinded and walks into the molly. King goes down to 20. Then he's caught. Oh my God! I mean, caught in the open.
Oh my God!
But then also Spike. Yeah, I mean, Zekken hit that crazy shot, but Spike only had 3 bullets left, or he would have killed Zekken and stayed alive.
Just that farming orbs. MIBR are ahead by 2 rounds. So what is the result of this Leviathan timeout? Need some attack rounds, boys.
Okay, just fast out short, instant stun onto Zekken. Wow, what a kill from Spike. And he is out of there.
I think Zekken was hit with a
Just
relay
that
bolt,
easy.
so no chance to trade off that at all.
Does he seriously just want to push right into this smoke? What is that timing?
Like a Q timing off this? I feel like it might be. Gun barrel spotted. Neon gets out. Has that rendezvous. Almost remembers too late.
In the meantime, though, Verno's getting pressured from long, and Sato able to get the swing off of the drone. Zekken just trying to refight everywhere. That is basically what you do on Phoenix. You are just constantly flashing and refighting and trying to swing onto people. And he's been pretty successful with that so far, but you would need to have another monster round. Holding this site solo is Lever just noise cutting and re-hitting.
He's used the molly, he bought some time. Noise cut here. This is no information gaining mechanism whatsoever for MIBR. Verno's already down. You're not going to contact off the side if you're the Phoenix. I guess you could flash yourself out and have a look, but Zekken is going to have to stick pretty close.
It feels like the only win con here for MIBR is Zekken stays on the site and goes crazy. He's just got to go nuts.
Yeah, I mean,
that's really it.
Osbos is in a different postcode.
Oh, what? That's one.
Okay, pinged out though.
Close.
Blozine able to catch Zekken through the corner of the box. And again, MIBR don't have their initiator up, so there's no way to re-clear anything in that mid-round, and so they're spread across the map arbitrarily. They can't help Zekken.
This MIBR cash is still pretty high, so they can try to go for this, and they'd be happy with even just collecting a couple kills.
See, Aspas has been feeling himself. Right, having to duck away. Tex, can he pick up this line? Tough one to push into. Cutting this pie, almost impossible. And Tex says no.
Save time with the operator, even though he's got the ult too.
Yeah, again, it's an economic consideration, which MIBR has been pretty good after being able to string a number of those rounds together. Tex not having to rebuy is extremely significant.
So heading into this next round, I'm looking at what the LEV plan is going to be early because Sato is just one orb away from the run it back.
Because the last one was not inspiring. Oh, no, it was a Nova Pulse that stunned Zekin up. Sick.
Yeah, that's really nice. Spike's first kill rate on Neon, by the way, is the highest in the league. Is 60% success rate in first blood engagements.
It doesn't sound great, right? But the average is what?
I was basically 50.
It's basically 50.
And also for reference, Zekin's is 48%. Because listen, when you're playing Neon, a lot of times you're just running in and getting shot, but you're making space.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's still succeeding in getting the first bloods 60% of the time is really good compared to the field.
Yeah, 60%.
The best compared to the field.
It's a 10%. Advantage there is huge.
Tex just takes the swing and gets deleted. What?
Okay, Aspas in position. Oh, Cloudburst here could muddle the mixture somewhat, but Neon is going to find him eventually. Here's Zekin, caught inside the trademark though. Still obviously 2 flashes. So
oh my god!
The guy is a turret! He just whipped around on Neon. Gross. That's a runner back in play as well. So even if he wasn't successful there, he would have had a second bite of the apple.
He is unbelievable.
Did he literally 360 that?
Mizzino up top as well. What a great setup. Just getting your... Okay. They're having one player entrenched deep. Mizzino swings from up top while the push is coming out of short A.
That was starting to look like a phase sniping montage.
Zekin didn't have a great week against Cloud9, and it feels like he's just taking vengeance on LEV for that.
Oh, a terrible game for it if you want to secure your playoff spot. Here. Tex has a golden opportunity to go begging there as Spike's in. Gets up around the corner. Space wall is annoying for Aspas. Means he needs to be very wide on the sweep to see past it. Spike not quick enough though. Aspas takes him down. Now we'll be able to fall back, and King doesn't dare test Aspas with a swing. Flash in a garage, gets Sato in position, so this split is underway, and Zekin's got to commit now. That is nicely done. Sato plays back in though, and it's just owned.
Actually, no fear from Zekin. That is such a sick reposition. And now Blazin is just fully isolated in C. They have King spotted out.
How many players are going to go forward in that spot than Zekin did? When you have a molly on you and a smoke in front of you.
Spike down.
Killer instinct for the Pride of New Jersey. Level step up, and yeah, that's King getting caught out. Tour de force employed in that round, and this is MIBR. What, man? 7 defense side rounds, just quietly. The fact that they're doing this here on this half with a double duelist comp is insane.
This defense is looking great, and it really has been 2 back-to-back maps where LEV have a bit of a better early start. They didn't win the pistol this time, but they managed to go up 3-2. And then the timeout is called. There's an adjustment made from MIBR where they're controlling the pace of the game fully. So many of these mid-walkdowns, incorporating pushes out of A with Zekin as well. And it's just disrupted every plan that LEV are trying to activate early in the round. Like, they can't even get to a competent mid-round because of how MIBR are playing. This time, they're trying to capture the pace completely. They're just right into this B site. They don't want to give MIBR a chance to disrupt them.
And there's no pressure coming in from that B-link area now, so. Sitting in the back of the Spike. Site, rather. Spike has got his job done. Cosmic Divide here. You've got a lot of the very important ultimates in terms of securing a site being used. And now how do MIBR start to pick this apart? They're trying for some flank pressure. There is a trademark there. That is going to reveal Tex. I'm going to get in, jump around a little bit. Spike goes down early. Sato here probably doesn't feel super comfortable on his side of the blaze wall. Tries to flash himself around the corner, but misses that opportunity. Hoping to just go down on a spot that maybe is tradable. Tex eventually falls to on that flank attempt. But what's going to be done about the post-plant setup? Here's the owl drone for early info. Mazzino has to get this one started now, but he knows, yep, there's going to be a grab well, and unfortunately the body block isn't sufficient. And so time has run out here for MIBR. Leviathan clean them up and get 5 rounds in the half.
Yeah, Pose even finds a kill, so he's able to get the ult off at the last second. Fair attempt there on the retake, but LEV, most importantly, I think we're able to shut down the flank from Tex, so then when they can just focus all of their attention forward on the attempt to get the defuse when you've already wasted a lot of time backside, the round is just done from that point onwards. So
I see Tex having to go for a jump peek around that corner into a crouch to try and fight mid-window. There weren't a ton of good options there.
they were on defense, and MIBR only needed 4 to close it out. So I think the question is, will 7 rounds here be enough? Have they improved their attack side significantly since that game?
Off to the races we go. Okay, floating. What a start.
That is a little bit cringe. The multi-sheriff spam into lobby. I mean, that you'll see that with the Odin, but with the multi-sheriff is gross. That is nasty activity.
Well, it just so happens that LEV would really like to win this game, I guess.
Also, I feel like
give away any moral high ground.
Brock
That's fine.
doing that to Tex a lot in kickoff on this map as well when they cooked them. I mean, he's getting more flashbacks right now to start this off.
It is brutal stuff. Yeah, Levitan with a few of those sheriffs already getting put to good use. Okay, so they're on the seaside, but in the blue one, they actually want to fight into Garage here. Zekin fancies a bit of it. Lozine, though, lines him up. He's going to be low, though. He's got to be real careful. And how else is he supposed to retake if he doesn't fight through there? It's Aspas for 3. And here come MIBR once again. After a brutal start to the round, they maintain the moral high ground.
They are destroyed in that garage refight.
Oh, come on, bro. What has the game become? You can't be doing.
But then later in the round, the Zekin jump through kill onto Spike. Everyone is trying to shoot him, and then MIBR just re-swing onto him.
Yeah, nice round, guys. I had fun.
Hey, look, we're gaming, right? What's not fun about gaming, brother?
Here.
All right, well, I mean, you could just look at the mini-map. I don't think we need to even really call what's going to happen in this round, Mitch.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it's, I mean, we see what's going on.
We have a moment here to take our sidebar.
Yep. And MIBR, they have won both of the pistol rounds now, so listen, they're in prime position to win out this map, guarantee their spot in the playoffs, and it'll be both them and LEV who are locked up for their group. But if LEV come back, like you're saying, there's still some weird potential future permutations where MIBR are playing for their life next week. Also, shout out to RKT from the LATAM broadcast who put together an insane website, the rktdata.ar, where you can input literally every single permutation possible to figure out who could make playoffs and what the odds are.
It's awesome for
So if you want to nerd out like I was earlier, you know, Bro's a radiochemistry nuclear application specialist, but we got him giving us the Valorant data instead.
Did you just make that up?
No, that's true.
Okay, cool.
but instead he's giving us the Valorant playoff qualification permutations. So
honestly, I think
us.
that's like a potential like evil genius brain being used for good. But that's fine
exactly.
with me. All right, so MIBR obviously take that round away. Levitan stack the wrong side and have to retake with no weapons. But that now puts us in a position where we have a 4-round golf between these two teams. MIBR making good on yet another pistol round. Curious to see what Zekin is going to be bringing to this attack side after being so dynamic and frankly hard to read playing out of Garage on D.
So LEV are looking like they're ready for some kind of walk down B or a little contact from the Neon and then a flash. Oh, they are walking it down. It's flank time onto these players from Garage.
Straight up mid. No one really watching this at all. This could get pretty weird. Aspas to be able to trade off this, you'd think, but it will take a wide swing from him. Sato.
Oh, that's a spike, by the way, and the wall is just going to cut off Aspas. They're on the hunt.
Yeah, I mean, there's too many flashes to deal with. Sato, like a wrecking ball, comes forward. Spike as well, playing out of that Garage. Reminiscent of MIBR on their defense side. And this is what double duelist comps on defense kind of need to do. And MIBR was certainly not ready.
Yeah, by the way, Tex bought an AWP this round. Didn't get a chance to mention that because the action was pretty fast from LEV. Maybe he can clutch out with it. Hold on. Otherwise, that's just a big investment thrown away.
Oh, the timing. No way! My God! Do not cringe. Shoot this man through the wall with Sheriffs in the pistol round. Don't do it. Look at what you've unleashed. The Red Bull clutch for Tex. Stone Cold Killer, everybody.
He had the soul read on those peaks. That's a devastating round loss for LEV. Feels like that's the game, honestly.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my God, it's just ended them. Yeah, he knew You knew exactly where they were going to be coming from.
What's a good way to give an AWPer an opportunity to win a 3v1 clutch? You walk at him.
Yep, one at a time.
Can't advise that strategy for future reference.
Let's play contact, not as a group, but as individuals. Right, that one. That's going to fold you if you're Leviathan. So how do you fight out of this? Now your economy is in absolute shambles. You are resorting to getting your Neon player to rat inside the B site. Pings, though, indicated that there's an awareness of this, but Tex is down. Did he do it again?
That was a... No.
No, he rendezvoused up
Neon
the B side.
rendezvoused out.
Yeah, we're good, we're good. It is the headhunter, not sheriff.
Well, the stun is going to keep Zekin at bay, at least temporarily, from getting into garage. And this close setup on B would work out pretty well for Lev, I'd imagine, if MIBR tried to pivot into an exec there. Lev have the right idea on the minimap with everyone towards C.
Rat City, kid. Oh, Lev! Okay, have King stuck in the corner. It's not able to extract any value from there, though, when Zekin wants to push ahead. Straight through the blaze wall, finds it, another one. And his backside teaming now.
Oh, no.
30 seconds left.
That's unfortunate.
No comment.
Yeah.
No comment, Mitch. That's just unlucky.
Has his bangs singed, and there's MIBR getting a round, honestly, that looked like it really could have gone either way.
Yeah, Lev were positioned really nicely across the map there. They were stacked up on C in time. They had the one player tucked close. You could see he was about to be cleared, but then a jump spot from backside drew the crosshairs away. The shots just weren't connected, though. You know, maybe if there's that 1-for-1 in choke, things are beginning to look differently already as the flood is coming in backside. But that is not the world we lived in. Yep. We live in a world where King died instantly, did not hit a shot, and then Zekin ran around with the Phantom holding down mouse 1 to get his 20th kill of the game.
We're going to see this. Oh, okay.
Oh, he got...
It's not lucky. He was down to 1.
Seized and sucked into that. That's crazy. Oh, he's not running around at lightning speed, but it feels like he's still able to accomplish a lot by being that first man in, and Ospas is playing off of him in situations. Like, even think back to the pistol round on this half where that was the case, you know?
You're watching an entry fragger who's always trading up.
All right, well, that stun is massive. Into the suck as well.
Any more from that? Spike brought down. Ospas might have actually given them a way out of this. Sato with the run it back. He's actually alone in the end. Couldn't quite get there to help Spike out. So as the dust settles, it's a 4 versus 4. And Leviathan's still not certain, but this push-up for info here could be quite gainful by King.
Yeah, look at that. Getting all the way into the attacker's spawn, and that's also activated the rotate from Neon, who's getting over towards the A side right now. They have the B lurk unlocked because of the trip.
They still have the trademark MIBR left behind them, so they still have that early detection for a flank. Floating low. Scary spot to be in, tries to fight Tex, who doesn't quite have the weapon for the occasion here. Sato finally getting on the board. An opportunity to come alive here, and he's cleared the site for the time being. There's flank pressure, yes, but it will be belated. Tex is still up, so his util is still in place, and he's going to walk into a crossfire. Scoped up. No. Say it ain't so. Not again. No chance to trade off that. Somehow, Sato's just not ready. Verno, though, is low, or out of the game.
30 seconds left.
So Tex now this time needs to do another one. Much. Not to be. Sato, 3 kills on the round. Very
Sato
important.
was so worried to have a repeat of history. He didn't even try to re-swing into Tex there. Just still walked away slowly. That was some good sight anchoring, though. Honestly, the early round play could have completely destroyed MIBR right off the jump if that 1v1 was won by Spike. But it was some good sight anchoring. I like the pathing from the two players, how they were working that sight anchor smoke that King gave them, playing more towards short, and then Sato was kind of ready for baiting his teammate to push into the smoke when they were chasing him. So that was really well done to finally stabilize.
Okay, this time, Leviathan again push up. Look how deep in mid they're getting.
Yeah, Spike all the way down mid. Flash comes outdoors. How aggro does he get here?
No intention for MIBR, I think, to double back and ever re-clear this. So this pace could be important, though. It's only the one player over on this site for Leviathan. Very quickly, Blowzine has to give it up.
Yeah, Lev are going to be an uncomfortable full retake. They've got the flank potential from Spike, though. This engagement is going to be huge back there. Wow, he wins it out.
Tex had to fight that. He didn't actually have the util to catch that flank. And now you've got one player who's got to be dedicated to watching the flank in Zekin. Meanwhile...
Well, they know there's not a flank anymore. They heard the Neon jumping around, so you can see Zekin, look, he's focusing his attention forward now.
Heaven smoke. Spike going to go for it anyway. Tex a hit on the way down. Still alive within that smoke, and blows Sato, making use of the fact that Spike has drawn eyes. Vizino wants to try and fight out of hell. He's done a good job of it, but it's not enough. Another good round for Sato, getting his hands dirty inside the A site.
Yeah, that smoke that gets thrown down is nice. Disruption where the Neon can jump out of heaven right into it. The Astro Smoke right on default of sight. Probably not of massive influence, but Zekin did mess up his wall. I don't think it connected actually through main. It was just like this awkward on the left by Graffiti. The late recon is super nice there. Just good retake utility, but that round, probably a loss if Spike didn't kill Tex on the flank.
Yeah.
If he goes down there and you don't have your Neon for the re-entry on a full A retake, retaking A full is a nightmare right now. So getting that advantage and having that, like, at least temporary flank pressure was huge.
Get out of my way.
So much of that round was about Spike. And he was able to stand up and deliver now, finally getting that Neon run that he's been looking for here. Not the best start to this round, but Sato was at least able to take a trade on that C side.
LEV are really starting to mix up the aggression across the map. Crucial, crucial win for Neon. And now he'll be able to just retain control of that A line.
Verno gets some util drawn out. Nova Pulse in garage, so he might just double back and get the spike here.
Sato just wants the wall. Molly for safety. He's still playing close, so, you know, at least right now, not going to have an opportunity to use his ult. It's way too dangerous.
This does feel like the kind of round, though, where he'd want to have that option.
Yeah, he probably won't. Oh, wow, he will. He's running into garage. MIBR are just going to wait around.
You should have late recon here expire as well for Blozin. But okay.
Yeah, and King was there just in case they tried to take the opportunity to accelerate to kill him while he was getting out of the ult, but...
King perch, it's a pretty big elimination. On the side here, Sato dicing with death and had to find two, I think, there to really slow things down. Here's the Nightfall coming on the side. In fact, targeted at backside heavily. Blozin able to get clear of it, though. And here's a Hunter's Fury out in response. Plant active. Zekin trying to push off and caught by Neon. So now Verno needs, frankly, just kill these guys in 14 seconds. Feels all but impossible, and he had to wait that Hunter's Fury third bolt out. He'll likely get swarmed in the aftermath of this plant. And lit if he's not careful. Revealed by the Al drone. Verno knows it. Here comes Neon and blows. Compromising situation here for the youngster on MIBR. Lit up again with that late recon, and there's Neon's third.
Yeah, he has no chance of winning that with the Sova utility. Zekin tried to find a timing to be able to push forward, get a kill in the 2v2, but he's just caught by the AWP. Neon with another huge round that's also off the back of him winning the duel against Tex over on A. He is out of control today. Neon is insane right now.
And yet, I mean, Leviathan kind of went invisible in the back half of that Breeze map. They're just going to keep a white-knuckled grip on the range effectively, making space for Aspas as well to occupy and get value from.
All right, we'll see if Spike wants to push down mid. I mean, last time we saw a round start with the two duelists here, they did just walk down mid, and if they do, they could be in some serious danger. No, but with that instant flash, they're just going to play safe. No, they want to... What?
Whoa,
oh, they go three swing. That's nice.
That is beautiful. Sato and Spike emerge out of B and crack a bunch of heads together. This leaves MIBR reeling. That's the round. The round is over.
Yeah, it's pretty done. Flawless round. Great timing on the reswing. They hear the players coming out of window. They don't want to play it passive. They know they have better weapons. Just flash, double swing, and at the same time, a smoke was coming down in the window. So they're just hoping to catch the players that were, you know, mid-jump out, and then no one could really re-swing onto them. They can just get back.
Yeah, I mean, your call was, as soon as they heard the flash, they were going to stay hidden away, but it's two duelists on the defense side. On Haven.
Yeah, it's when they hear that jump, then they're like, actually, we can just go right back in.
Picked up on that really quickly. Run it back now, straight up to mid once again. Spike trying to slow them down, but it's the op of Neon that's really done some serious work. Zekin's still in the game. He had run it back active, and it's been able to at least get over towards Garage. But the early aggression from Leviathan has been more than MIBR can handle. They fight effectively and trade up here at least into Garage, but they are down a player with flank pressure in place already by King. Verno mindful of it, but can't be sure, and frankly can't do a whole lot about it.
Yeah, now just asked to try and clutch, except this time it's even harder than before. And it's similar where he's getting immediately tagged by the drone, but now he's against 3 players. He's getting flanked. This one is done. It feels like LEV have really started to find their confidence in these rounds. You know, fighting down mid, spike popping his ult, and you have Neon up top with the tour de force.
Yeah.
Able to help out Spike in all the chaos where they're trying to kill him. He gets the 1, and then Mizzino is a little late on that dry swing. Already Neon reposted on that angle, gets a free 1.
And what else is this got to do except condition MIBR to a mid early in the round and give Leviathan free flank pressure if they push off the side?
And, you know, it didn't work. Also just Aura having the op for a kill and then switching to the tour de force for the second kill.
Okay.
But even though they didn't get the kills, their 2 duelists when they refought in Garage, I still like that they kept the tempo up, get in there immediately, flash, double swing. Like just constant pressure with this Phoenix and with your Neon.
That's really disruptive when MIBR can't know when these pops are going to come from the defense side. That's a pretty big hit.
You know, despite that early run, take a look at the MIBR economy. It's, you know, it's starting to get low. The loss bonus is going to be high, but even the fact that LEV have got them to this point is very impressive.
MIBR, I think, happier with a slightly slowed down round. Tex, finally.
Oh, that relay bolt
Yeah,
a little bit off
really
the mark.
yeah. This is, I mean, look at this pace change now. Leviathan don't look comfortable when the round gets stretched out like this. And Spike, oh, he's mindful of it. That is beautiful. Mizzino and Tex both neutralized through mid. Gives Leviathan a real fighting chance in this round. One that could truly break the back of MIBR. And even if MIBR were to win it, they'd still be struggling potentially in the economic sense.
Spike planted.
Neon is flush though in a 1v3 with this op. Blaze Wall prevents a pretty significant obstacle for the Chamber to play into.
Yeah, just no chance there. Second with probably the highest impact kill of that round. Getting the 1v1 win onto Spike. That was the kill that could have been the opportunity for LEV to win that out in the 2 versus 3. The 2 kills from Spike in mid were great, but
and that's the second
that
time.
one sealed it.
That's the second time you said a kill from Tex could be the game, honestly. He has been involved in these moments that have felt like there's been a seismic shift. So I call that crucial frags, because obviously, not exactly top of the scoreboard, but man, when it counts, he is there.
Might be headed to another 13-10. MIBR locking up their spot in the playoffs. LEV full aggro into A main, a lot of damage onto Tex, and they're going to retain that space. And MIBR now, they just want to accelerate into this vacant B site, get spiked down straight away.
They can't really capitalize on this trademark. Those Zek is going to push up, and Sato is dealt with inside of his ultimate. Rendezvous. Oh my god, the rendezvous away. Aspas does not care. He bullies his way into connector. Now you've got 3 Leviathan players to work with. A cosmic divide. This could be crucial to shut down the post plant, but King can't hold up in the heat. It's on Blozine and Sato, both in the site, both surrounded back-to-back by MIBR, and the paranoia starts to set in. Zekken with a warning flash. More disruption, more to waylay, but Blozine and Sato are in. Now to see Sato decayed down, and he can't win it out from there. Close but no cigar for Leviathan, threatening to take us to a 3rd. But MIBR regained their composure, their confidence, and close it out.